Well, hi folks. I don't know how many of you are interested in this, but I thought I'd put up a quick video regarding South Africa. For those of you who live here like I do, you'll know that we've had load shedding, which is basically power cuts, for the last 10 years, and it's just getting worse and worse as the state energy company, Eskom, is beginning to fail more and more. We've now gone to stage 8, apparently, and the reason I'm putting this up is because there's a lot of buzz about it on Twitter. Probably only South Africans are interested, or those with some sort of vested interest in South Africa. But that basically means that most of the time, 6 to 8, maybe 10 hours a day, there is no electricity in this country. And that's sort of staggered between different areas across the country. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because not only is it going to bring incredible hardship, inflation, and put small businesses out of business because they just can't operate without electricity. Small businesses make up a large portion of this country's economy, and South Africa also doesn't manufacture very much, so most of our stuff is imported, and so it's going to cost more and more money to import things with a weaker and weaker rand. I'm going to have a look at the charts very quickly, and there's a couple of interesting things here. I put my own tweet up regarding this, and let's just have a look at that quickly. I've just put this observation up about the gold price. Now, this is the gold price in green. For those of you who trade gold, you might be interested. We're above $2,000 an ounce and approaching all-time highs. And this is the gold chart in green, and we've had these sorts of spikes up. And if you're going to have a look at the gold chart, you'll notice that we're now testing the sort of all-time highs on gold. The pound against the South African rand has almost an identical shaped chart, with the pound rand testing very close to just a few cents away now from all-time highs, which means all-time lows for the rand against the pound. If we have a look at the chart, these are the two charts. This is the dollar rand and the British pound rand, and I'm just going to quickly open them up, and you can have a look at these and see that the dollar rand isn't far from its all-time high, in other words, all-time low for the rand against the dollar. We're at 18 rands and 62. We've got to get up to about 19.22. So still a bit of space to go there. But the pound South African rand is at this level at 23 rands 50 to the pounds, and the all-time high on this chart is 23 rands and 60 to the British pound. In other words, this will be the lowest level that the rand has ever been against the British pound. You can go back to as far as you want. In fact, well, there is a slightly higher level over there, a really brief spike up to about 26, but that was very, very brief. I remember trading these pairs back in around about 2000, when it was about 6 rands to the dollar. There you can see the longer term chart. If we go back to the year 2000, well, we can only get to 2009. Let's go to 2011. It was 10 rands to the British pound, and now today, we're more than double that at 23. So what this all means is that despite the gold price going up, which is pretty supportive of the rand because we export quite a lot of gold, and normally when the gold price goes up, the rand strengthens at the same time. In this case, the gold price is going up, but the rand is simultaneously weakening. If you track the rand against the gold price, that's definitely reached an all-time low for the rand against the price of gold. So what all this means for the South African consumer is high inflation, high prices, higher interest rates, and electricity failures for 6 to 8 hours a day, putting many, many small businesses out of action, severely damaging the economy of this country, creating enormous poverty, and considering that small businesses make up a large portion of this economy, there's only one outcome for all of this, and that's really not a good outcome. For those of you who were giving advice on the rand and trading the rand and giving trading strategies for the rand a year or two ago, when I was selling the rand against everything I could find, a lot of people were saying the rand was likely to strengthen. Of course you were wrong. All you had to do was realize that without electricity, this country and any other country cannot prosper. So here it is, folks, in South Africa, stage 10 load shedding incoming, according to some analysts. It's going to be at least stage 8. And according to this article, we've got a 6,000 megawatt deficit, and the power utility unit can only supply 25,000 megawatts against the electricity demand of about 31, and that's the best case scenario. So if you're a South African and you enjoyed the content, please give the video a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to the channel. And if you're not a South African and you still enjoyed it, do the same thing. Take care.